Bobi Wine. Robert Kyagulanyi Sentamu. Born February 12, 1982, Nkozi, Mpigi District, Uganda. Bobi Wine is a Ugandan musician, activist, and opposition politician who has become one of the most influential political figures in contemporary Africa. Popularly known as the Ghetto President, he rose from humble beginnings in the slums of Kampala to become the leading challenger to President Yoweri Museveni, who has ruled Uganda since 1986. Blending music, grassroots activism, and political mobilization, Bobi Wine transformed himself from an award-winning Afrobeat and dancehall artist into the face of Uganda's youth-led pro-democracy movement. Bobi Wine was raised in Kamwokia, a densely populated, low-income neighborhood in Kampala. Growing up in a disadvantaged environment exposed him to poverty, crime, unemployment, and social inequality, realities that later shaped his artistic expression and political ideology. He was one of several children in a modest family. His upbringing in Kamwokia earned him deep credibility among Uganda's urban poor, who would later become his strongest political base. Bobi Wine attended Kololo Secondary School in Kampala before enrolling at Makerere University. At Makerere, he studied music, dance, and drama, graduating with a diploma. His time at the university sharpened his artistic skills and provided him with networks that helped launch his music career. In later years, he pursued further studies, reinforcing his commitment to leadership and governance education. Bobi Wine began his professional music career in the early 2000s. He quickly became one of Uganda's leading musicians, pioneering a style that blended reggae, dancehall, and Afrobeat with socially conscious lyrics. His stage name, Bobi Wine, became synonymous with music that spoke for ordinary people. Unlike many commercial artists, he frequently addressed themes such as poverty and unemployment, government corruption, social injustice, urban struggles, youth empowerment. Some of his most recognized songs include Akagoma, Funchula, Kiwani, Freedom, Time Bomb, Ghetto. His music gained popularity not only in Uganda but across East Africa. Through his Fire Bass Crew music group, he mentored several young artists and helped elevate Uganda's dancehall scene. Over time, his music increasingly carried political undertones, foreshadowing his eventual entry into formal politics. Bobi Wine's transition into politics was gradual but deliberate. His growing frustration with inequality and authoritarian governance inspired him to seek change beyond music. In June 2017, he ran as an independent candidate in a by-election for the Kyadondo East parliamentary seat. His victory was widely viewed as a political upset and marked a turning point in Uganda's opposition politics. His campaign focused heavily on youth representation, accountability, ending corruption, constitutional reform. Upon entering parliament, he immediately positioned himself as a vocal critic of President Museveni's government. One of Bobi Wine's defining early political actions was his opposition to the removal of the presidential age limit in Uganda's constitution in 2017. The amendment allowed President Museveni, who had surpassed the previous age cap of 75, to run again for office. Bobi Wine strongly resisted the amendment, arguing that it undermined democracy and entrenched authoritarian rule. The parliamentary debate over the amendment was marked by violence and heavy security presence. In 2018, Bobi Wine was arrested and charged with treason following political unrest in Arua municipality. He alleged that he was tortured while in detention, claims that drew international condemnation from human rights organizations and foreign governments. His repeated arrests elevated his global profile. He became an international symbol of resistance against authoritarianism in Africa. Following his parliamentary success, Bobi Wine launched the People Power movement, a grassroots initiative aimed at mobilizing Uganda's youth and marginalized citizens. The movement's slogan, People Power, Our Power, became a powerful rallying cry across the country. It evolved from a loose civic movement into a structured political force. In 2020, he transitioned the movement into a formal political party, the National Unity Platform, NUP. The party quickly gained national prominence and became Uganda's leading opposition platform. Bobi Wine declared his candidacy in Uganda's 2021 presidential election under the National Unity Platform banner. The campaign period was marked by frequent arrests of Bobi Wine, violent crackdowns on supporters, restrictions on rallies, media suppression, house arrest. Despite these obstacles, he managed to mobilize massive youth support across the country. Official results declared President Museveni the winner with approximately 59% of the vote, while Bobi Wine received about 35%. He rejected the results, alleging widespread electoral fraud, voter intimidation, and military interference. After the election, he was placed under house arrest for several days. After the election, Bobi Wine continued to lead the National Unity Platform as the principal opposition figure in Uganda. His political activities since 2021 include advocating for electoral reforms, calling for release of political prisoners, international lobbying for democratic accountability, strengthening NUP's grassroots structures. Under his leadership, NUP won a significant number of parliamentary seats in 2021, becoming the largest opposition party in Uganda's parliament. He has remained a vocal critic of the government and continues to position himself as a potential candidate in future elections. Bobi Wine's political journey and activism were documented in the 2023 film Bobi Wine, The People's President. The documentary received global attention and highlighted the challenges faced by opposition politicians in Uganda. He has addressed international forums, met global leaders, and received recognition as a symbol of democratic resistance. Bobi Wine's political philosophy centers on democratic governance, constitutional rule, anti-corruption, youth political participation, human rights protection, peaceful transfer of power. He frequently emphasizes nonviolent resistance and civic engagement. Bobi Wine is married to Barbie Kayagilani, Barbara Itungo Kayagilani, an author and humanitarian. The couple has children and is widely regarded as a strong political partnership. Barbie has actively campaigned alongside him and has been vocal about human rights and family values. Bobi Wine represents a generational shift in Ugandan politics. In a country where the majority of citizens are under 30, he embodies youthful aspirations for change. His rise from the slums of Kamwokia to a presidential candidate challenging one of Africa's longest-serving leaders is a remarkable political transformation. Regardless of political outcomes, he has energized youth participation in politics, strengthened opposition organization, internationalized Uganda's democracy debate, inspired reform movements across Africa. From musician to member of parliament, from activist to presidential contender, Bobi Wine's journey reflects resilience, ambition, and the pursuit of democratic reform. Whether viewed as a reformist hero or a controversial opposition figure, he has undeniably reshaped Uganda's political conversation and continues to play a central role in its future trajectory. The power of the people is stronger than the people in power. Bobi Wine. Thanks for watching, and please don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more videos.